Khloe Kardashian is making it real clear to everyone that she's single and not with Tristan Thompson. The two of them have been on a roller coaster ride together over the years, and Tristan has faced tons of backlash for being caught with other women and getting one woman pregnant even after Khloe forgave him for the past and planned to have another baby with him. This season on their show, Khloe is expressing how much she wants people to know that she really is done with Tristan and he's not with her romantically, even though he's been living with her for some time following his mother's passing. Khloe has been there for him during this time, and she took him and his little brother in as Tristan's house was under construction, but she still wants everyone to really get it into their heads that there's nothing romantic going on here. The thing is, fans aren't really buying it. Fans are feeling like maybe this is them trying to warm us up to the idea of them being together, and they're really hoping that Khloe is serious about not being with Tristan given everything that's happened, but the way the rest of the family is talking about Tristan, they're a little worried. Her family hasn't always loved Tristan, as we've seen over the years. They've called him out and could barely be in the same room with him as Khloe was giving birth to True, given the news that he had cheated on Khloe right before then. But as time passed, we've seen Kim start to be a little nicer to Tristan, posting on social for his birthday, and this week on their show, she was addressing her current status with Tristan, how she feels about him, and she said that she knows the people are not going to like hearing it, and says that people are probably going to hate her or hate them and think that Khloe is whatever, but she does think that Tristan is a pretty good friend and he's such a good dad. She says that he just couldn't get it together in that area of being a faithful boyfriend. She said, so it's like you want to obviously hate him for that, and of course his actions and who he was, you can't deny that it was effed up, and they've had fights and arguments about it, but says that he's also shown a lot of decent sides to himself and has been a really good person and friend. She was definitely trying to make him look better when she said that he saw her struggling with her kids a little while ago when everything was kind of going on with Kanye, and he really stepped up and started showing up to their games. He would pick up Saint and take him to dinner, and says that Tristan will always come to her defense, especially if it's stuff with her and her ex. And I do feel like she's talking about Kanye, because what is Pete doing? Not causing her problems, that's for sure. But she says that she'll just never forget that he's been there for her during these hard times. And she said that she'll never really throw someone away and act like they can't grow and evolve. Kris also talked very highly of Tristan in this episode and really complimented Khloe for being able to be there for Tristan, saying that her compassion for him and also his brother is extraordinary. And Kris's boyfriend Corey is team Tristan. Like, you can tell he wants them to get back together, and he's probably the only one, but he says that he's still hoping the two of them can figure things out and thinks it's really good how they've been living under the same roof while his house is getting finished up. And he said that he just doesn't know how it's going to be when Tristan moves out, when his house is ready and it's just Khloe and those walls and the babies. Like, he just seemed really concerned for her to be by herself again. And while he's saying all of this, Kris says that she thought the two of them were really good at co-parenting together, and she just felt like Tristan was such a good father, really complimenting him just like Kim did. And Corey talks about how Kris should have just one more talk with Khloe, kind of hinting at trying to get her to come around to some idea of being with Tristan again, because he claims that life is so short. And when I tell you guys, the fans were not having it. They were not having it at all when Corey was talking about this. On Twitter, people said, Corey, they don't need to get back together. He's embarrassed her enough. Co-parenting is just fine. Khloe deserves better than him. Now, why the hell is Corey telling Kris to talk to Khloe about possibly giving Tristan another chance? Anyone telling Khloe to give Tristan another chance is an enemy of progress and wants her to suffer. People also pointed out how they kept calling him this amazing dad and this great father. And this is something that the Kardashians have been called out for in the past for doing as well, because according to Marley Nichols, the woman who got pregnant on the night that Khloe threw Tristan a birthday party, and they were rumored to be back together. And after the party, apparently he met up with this woman and he got her pregnant, but she accused Tristan of not seeing their son Theo since he's been born. And there really hasn't been any updates to that, so fans are pretty much under the assumption that he still has not met his son before. So Tons of people have called out the fact that the Kardashians have praised him for being this amazing father, but only to a select number of his children and not all of them, saying that they can't say that he is an amazing father only to the children that they see him with when there is another child who has not met him, apparently. So this is something that viewers were also talking about on Twitter. Someone said, can someone update us on Tristan's involvement in Marley's son's life? Because Kris and Kim keep going on and on about what a great dad he is, and I know they're not saying that if he has no involvement with his second born son. The Kardashians constantly saying Tristan is such a good dad is ridiculous, since he literally has a kid that he won't meet. I can't with this Tristan narrative they're pushing. So Tristan is trying to parent Saint and be there as a man for him, but his second son, Theo, when it comes to him, Tristan is nowhere to be found. Calling Tristan a great father while he does not acknowledge one of his children is so wild to me. The last time they received comments like this were when Khloe posted this to her Instagram showing Tristan with their 2 children together and his firstborn son, with his son Theo obviously missing, but the caption read, "Happy birthday, Tristan. You are truly the best father, brother, and uncle. Your love, attention, silly dances, hugs, carpool rides, bedtime rituals, and the way you show up for them. All of the above mean more than you'll ever know to your family of littles. My birthday wish for you is that you continue to crave change, healing, and transformation. Be strong, be kind, be patient, be free. Continue to make your soul and your mommy proud. Happy birthday, baby daddy." Now, hopefully behind the scenes, he actually has met his son and they aren't all just giving Tristan these compliments with him not having met him. And hopefully, he's at least tried to be a part of his life, because that would just be such a slap in the face to hear these compliments when that's happening at the same time. But as far as the public knows, they have yet to meet. Now, later on the episode of the Kardashians, Khloe talked about helping Tristan through his grieving process with his mom and being there for him, but also talked about the fact that they have set these boundaries in place. And she really wanted to get into the fact that she has these set and she is not about to go back to Tristan, even though people don't know if they should believe her or not. But she is saying that there is full transparency and honesty about what's going on with them. She said that she never wants to be someone who misleads when it comes to love, and she's adamant about that because she's been on the receiving end of that, and love isn't something that you play with in her mind. And it seems like she doesn't want Tristan to feel led on by them playing house and wants to make sure he does go back to his house when his house is ready. Tristan talked to her about how he's changed his mindset in the recent times, feeling like in the past with sports, yes, he's blaming sports here, but he says the bad thing about the sports world is that, they're groomed to be so tough with an FU mentality. They're in competition in this dog-eat-dog world, and he never used to hold himself accountable. They're taught to be the man, do what you please. And he's claiming to have learned to be his own person now and not care what people think and not need validation from others. And he says that his kids, he knows that True and Prince are in school, they have classmates, they're getting older, they're understanding things, and the last thing he would want is for them to feel embarrassed that he is their father. So it seems like he's really trying to change for them, and he says that, he cares about Khloe, he loves her, she's his best friend. He's asked himself how come, he's met his person and he's done so much wrong, questioning why he's put her through all these hurtful things. And Khloe admits that she's heard him say these things before about her being his person, and it used to anger her because, why would you treat your person this way, not once but multiple times, and says that, she loves love and she's a hopeless romantic, but it is not going to change how she feels and what happened in the past. So as of right now, she's saying they're not together, and that is not something that's going to be happening in the future. They're going to be co-parenting for life, and that is that. But some fans, like I said, are worried that with the way this episode was, they're trying to warm us all up to Tristan, try to get him on everyone's good side, just in case Khloe and Tristan do end up together. As much as she is saying they're not going to, and that she's single and wants people to know that, and is constantly reminding her family that she's single and her and Tristan are just friends, even if they aren't the topic of conversation. Kim has said that she's reminding them that they're not going to be together, but Kris is saying that the future of them is unknown. So fans are worried for her given all that's happened in the past, and they've gotten back together before after he's done what he has. So at this point, I think fans would just be like, okay, don't be upset if it happens all over again. But But let me know what you guys think about the Kardashians trying to turn Tristan's reputation around, and if you think this is them trying to ease things for if they do get back together. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.